I will begin with a simple introduction, sort of a theory, an intro to the theory of loops. Though Tunji has it all covered, but not using tools from the BMesh branch. That's what this tutorial is all about, the ability to just use a knife tool and cut wherever you want, leaving endgons behind, not for long, just enough to do the job. And then you can still end up with all quads. But the ability to just draw, cut wherever you want is magnificent. So, let's begin. We need a simple grid. 5 by 5 should do it. Alright. So, this is a grid. You can see that an edge loop, if you hold Ctrl Alt and right mouse, whether in edge or face mode, will result in selecting the edge loop. It's just as simple as that. You can select any of them. And since we're talking about all quad meshes, edge loop is really a simple thing. You start from an edge like this one here. You ignore the adjacent edges, these two. Instead, if you want to follow along the loop, you go to the only non-adjacent edge, which is this one. And the next one, and the next one, and you result in the full loop, in which you can perform all sorts of things, like an edge loop by Ctrl R. Split it, for example. Do whatever you want. The point is, how do you steer it? Well, this is where the BMesh comes extremely handy, especially with a K tool, which is the new knife tool, which I find to be simply stunning. Before I forget, just a reminder: this is not pro education. This is not CG Cookie or Blender Cookie or whatever. This is just me doing an example. If you don't like it, go to blendercookie.com for some real professional training. This is just a tip. Hope you find it helpful. If you don't, it's fine. So, let's say we want to cut a loop right here. We press K, we wait till it snaps on this edge, and we press the left mouse button. We cut up to the point we want to cut, and we cut again. This is the beauty of BMesh. Now we have an endgon right here. We have a polygon, 3, 4, 5, 6 edges, something that was not possible before in Blender, without any consequence. It's just marvelous. But because we want an all quad mesh, we just cut again right here. So we have all quads again. Plus, right now we have a loop right here. Magnificent. What Tunji explains in his poles and loops thread, sticky thread, the very basic theory I think is very important to recognize loops, is this pole right here. This is called the end pole, at least by Tunji, because it has 3 edges connected to it. It's just a convention because the letter N has 3 lines, and this edge has 3. This vertex has 3 edges connected to it. And then we have this pole, which is called the E pole, again because the letter E, the capital E, has 5 lines, sort of, and this vertex is connected to 5 edges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The end pole defines the inside of the curvature. You see it right here. This is where the loop turns, the inside corner. And the E pole defines the outer corner. We could do it a whole different way. Say we cut right here, again somewhere in the middle, again like this, again to keep it all quads, and now the end pole is here and the E pole is right here. The new loop is this one, the old pole is this one. You can see them. Well, I was not. You can see they have a total, they have the exact opposite curvature because this pole defines it, this vertex defines it. Now that we have all these nice loops, we can do pretty things with them. For example, cut, raise, define, and so on. For example, if we subdivide and why not smooth it out, a very nice little bump or whatever you want to call it, which we can define along the mesh. Pretty nice. No sharp corners or anything like that right here. It's very, very smooth and I like it. So I think that's all the theory you need for now. If you want to learn more, again, read the sticky thread. It's pretty extensive. It has some images missing. You'll get the rest of the stuff. You'll figure it out yourself, I believe. But the point is, the sticky thread was started back in 2007. We didn't have BMesh back then, so we didn't really have this new ability to cut wherever we want. So I can pretty much mess this up, and Blender won't even care, right? I did, right there. We couldn't do that before. We didn't have the freedom to define the mesh, cut it, mend it again, merge it, dissolve edges, none of the stuff that I'm gonna show at the next tutorial. We wouldn't have any of that. Tools that other 3D packages, commercial packages have had for years. Hopefully, before we get to Blender 2.7, BMesh will already be merged, hopefully. So that's that for intro. Let's get to the actual piece on the next video.